Does this thing work?
Now it does. All right, take it away, Lane. You're gonna have to roll with the punches on this one.
Okay. Hello, my name is Lane Salazar. I'm going to be reading an excerpt from the short story I wrote in Humanities named War from the Cellar. It takes place in France in 1918. The main character is Amélie, a widowed mother whose son is in the Great War. The town of Bézenbeau today is nothing but remains for tourists to look at. It got destroyed in World War I and was never rebuilt. The truth of war I was trying to get out in this story is not just soldiers dying. Lots of innocent people get caught in the mix as well. All of a sudden, the screaming stops. The gun stops. Everything is quiet. Is it all over? Did the Germans not see her house? All again that can be heard is the dripping of the water in the corner. She continues to sit and listen to the drops of water. She ponders going out and to look for the German soldiers, walking away from her home. They may just be walking around outside waiting for any type of movement. In the house. She decides to stay a little while longer. All of a sudden, the dripping stops. Not a sound can be heard at this point. She then opens up the cellar door. A bright light floods into her eyes. Once her eyes adjust to the light, she notices it's just her plain old house. Nothing has changed. She walks to the window to spot all the damage that has gone on and where the soldiers have left to. Every house close to hers is completely blown apart. Only pieces of wood lay on the ground. But there are no footprints walking to the way of Ornace. Could they have gone another way? A bullet then whistles into the window, shattering the glass and missing Amélie's head by an inch. She runs to the cellar once more. She sits down on the sopping ground, but a sharp stinging pain is coming from her arm. A piece of the window has jabbed in it. She pulls on it and it starts to burn like her arm is on fire. She gives it another tug and it starts to hurt worse. She can't take it out of her arm, but if she doesn't, she will bleed to death. She takes her old scarf off, wraps it up, and bites down on its cloth as hard as she can. Firmly, she grasps onto the piece of glass. 1, 2, 3. She tugs on it again, and one more time, and it's just barely enough to rip it out of her flesh. She screams from the pain, but then remembering there are people outside trying to find her and kill her. Even though the pain is unbearable, she will have to keep quiet and stay hidden. The pain is getting worse and worse as time goes by. She's now biting down her scarf to the point where it feels like her jaw is going to dislocate. Another scream roars off her tongue like a lion. Now instead of screaming, she is crying, forgetting completely about the outside soldiers. Very loudly, she hears two German men talking to each other. They have found her.